Hello everyone. It's a great pleasure to have here Professor TSUI, who is going to share about his experience on Global Classroom. Hi Professor TSUI.
Hello.
Can you please share first some things about yourself and your background?
Thank you. Of course. Well, I joined PolyU in 2005 after suppose a long career in IT, and that's what I'm trained for. And in fact, I also got one of my degrees via, in those days, distance education. Now, ever since day one, I have been, passionate and interested in thinking and exploring about how to use technology to provide a better, improved, refreshing learning environment for my students.
Yes, amazing. So, what best practices you have developed around Global Classroom?
Right. Well, Global Classroom is one of my baby projects. I'm not sure whether I have developed best practices or not, but allow me to explain a bit more. Global Classroom is about using technology to mix or group students together from different institutions. And in ordinary cases, 9 out of 10, our students are entirely, the students who are enrolled at our local institutions. And with such, internationalization is limited. Luckily, even before COVID-19 hit, the idea came to me that there's no reason why we cannot actually group classes together using technology. So I've started doing that back in 2017 by carefully organizing simultaneously classes with PolyU students and a group of students from foreign institutions, and so far it's generated very, very good positive feedback.
Wow, it sounds like Global Classroom expands the boundaries of a traditional classroom. So, based on your experience, what are the benefits you have observed about your teaching and the students' learning? What is the feedback you have received?
Thank you. In fact, you hit the nail on the head. Precisely, it transcends the learning boundary beyond the boundary of the classroom or even beyond the university. Because one of the first benefits, as you can imagine, that it's no longer just a lucky few who have been approved to travel overseas to attend overseas program. With global classrooms, everybody, 100% of the students in the class in both institutions have the opportunity to enjoy, just sitting in the classroom, co-learning and collaborating with their counterparts in the other institution without any traveling. And then, depending on the pedagogies that the teacher has set, we can organize very interesting, should I say, activities. For example, different groups of students can be assigned to ask questions, and then another group of students to respond to questions. And also another example is students from different institutions can be assigned to form a project team, and over a semester, they would have to better their collaboration skills, communication skills, critical thinking to co-create the final project deliverables. So it's really exciting. Now, recently, we have also, carefully planned lectures that touches on intercultural issues. And that has also generated spectacular results because the students and the teacher have expressed that never ever before such kind of intercultural knowledge is easy to be injected into a local classroom. So we are very delighted that with organization of intercultural management topics in global classrooms, students and teachers from multiple institutions can benefit enormously, and we are seeing very good prospects there. Well, thank you for all the questions, Ioana. I've carefully also provided 2 other video clips for you to enjoy, and that is one is from one of my students who have attended global classrooms, and she recalls her experience and reflection about how global classrooms, especially with intercultural management, has expanded her horizon of knowledge in the topic, as well as enable her to gain international exposure to the subject. Another one is guess who? Expressions and feedback from the teacher of the foreign institution. So in his capacity, the teacher actually just summarize the benefits and the enthusiasm, motivation of his students and him in the enactment of the global classroom is something that has never seen before, and he demands for more of this to be staged in the future. So thank you for viewing. I hope you will continue to enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you.
Exactly like what Jacqueline said, there was a lot of moments where it was like a culture shock for us, because having like predominantly Asian learning and teaching experience, like in Asian cultures, usually we are more like we listen to the professors talk, and it's kind of like it's not really an interaction. It's more of just them imparting knowledge to us and us just retaining. But in, for example, in Arizona State University, in University of New Orleans, it felt more like a discussion in class. So that's something that really stuck with me, because it was as if every single thing that the professors taught, they would require like an answer or response from the students. They would want them to have input. Whereas in like Asian cultures, it's just the teacher talking about the lecture slides and not actually getting the input from students. And also in predominantly in like PolyU, for example, during the lectures, usually when the teachers ask at the end of the lecture, do you guys have any questions? Nobody would reply. But then surprisingly, in like Western cultures, I feel like the Q&A session is even longer than the lecture itself. So they really love giving response and actually trying to reinforce the topics and making sure that they actually understand it through asking and also like giving their own opinions, which was something that was really interesting.
Hi, my name is Henri Hussinki, and I'm working as Assistant Professor of Business Analytics at LUT University, Finland. PolyU Professor Eric TSUI gave a visiting lecture on my course, Knowledge Management Systems and Technologies. After his insightful guest lecture, we had a Q&A session between Professor TSUI and my students. The feedback of the lecture and Q&A session was fantastic, as all my students thought that Eric's guest lecture was really up to date and thought-provoking. My students were able to gain different perspectives on KM, because usually we are only seeing knowledge management as a corporate issue, but Eric's guest lecture opened up this issue of personal knowledge management, how really important it is to manage the personal knowledge in order to establish lifelong learning and career development of my students. Overall speaking, it was a really fruitful collaboration, and I would like to continue on this track also in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor TSUI. Thank you.